You know, recently DrWolf put out a new video theorizing about season 9 of MLP, the final season. And what he did was he talked about the synopsis for both part 1 and 2 of the season premiere. And what was interesting about these synopses and what they said, inside of them, or what they said inside of them, was intriguing. Because it not only indicated that we're going to get this generation's incarnation or take on Grogar from Generation 1, but we're also going to get the return of King Sombra. But what's interesting about that is both Sombra and Grogar, according to these synopses, both want to take over and control Equestria. But how can that be? And the biggest question that's probably going to get asked in this premiere is, how is King Sombra back? Well, MLP likes to allow fans like DrWolf and many others to theorize exactly what's going on, so I'm going to give my own theories. You see, I think, yes, Grogar has a hand in King Sombra coming back. But what he doesn't have a hand in, or have an idea of what's going to happen, is even though he'll bring King Sombra back, he's not going to be counting on King Sombra wanting to do his own thing. I mean, I'll give you an example. There have been several stories throughout history in entertainment, whether it's comic books, animation, live action, whether it's television or movies, where when somebody is brought to life, or brought back to life by basically what is going to be the big bad, the main big bad for that movie or that series, that individual that's brought back in some capacity pretends to ally themselves and be grateful for the second chance they've been given, but secretly they have plans of their own to do what they want. And this is nothing new when it comes to Hasbro and some of the shows. I mean, or even the movies. I mean, Transformers the movie 1986 is a good example. Galvatron thought, hey, if I get the Matrix of Leadership, I can turn the tables on Unicron and make him work for me. But that didn't work. And then, on top of that, as of last season, you have Chrysalis, with this plan to use these fake interpretations of the main six to try to get to the elements of harmony, but she doesn't account on the fact until she overhears at the last minute. She doesn't account for the fact that the fake Twilight wants to betray her and have the power for herself and her fellow mean Sixers, if you know what I mean. And now the same could be said for Grogar bringing back King Sombra possibly, which I do believe he will, play a role in. Because he's probably not counting on Sombra wanting to do his own thing. But here's what gets intriguing. Because there is a theory by a lot of fans that we're going to get a villain team-up sometime in the season. Mostly probably at the end, maybe in the middle, but somewhere during the final season, we're going to get an ultimate villain team-up for them, for an episode or a multi-parter where they go up against the main six, the student six, their allies, the pillars, you name it. So sometime in between, or sometime during this upcoming final season, we're going to get that, according to what some fans are theorizing. But here's what I'm trying to get at. If Grogar, as many have theorized, and I will agree, has played a role in Sombra coming back, then the only thing I think would make things intriguing as far as Sombra coming back and possibly this potential villain team-up happening in the future is the fact that Grogar has to have some kind of magic and control over Sombra. And if Grogar is going to be teaming up with these other villains, I would not be surprised if he cast the same kind of spell or similar kind of spell on them that he did Sombra, and that spell enables him to have some kind of control over them. Like, in other words, if, let's say, he does this to Cozy Glow, and Cozy Glow decides she wants to go and continue her plan to try to conquer the School of Friendship and become the Empress of Friendship and thus the ruler of Equestria, Grogar's spell can enable him to feel what's going to happen, or feel her presence, if you will, or her intentions, and he'll be able to use that control he has over her by sensing her intentions to kind of shut her down before she thinks anymore of doing what she plans to do. Think along the lines again of the 1986 Transformers movie. Anytime Galvatron questioned what was going on, or even tried to go against Unicron, even as far as try to team up with Hot Rod as a common ally against a common foe, what did Unicron do? The control he had over Galvatron, because as he said when he was changing him from Megatron to Galvatron, that he belongs to him. So the same could be applied if Grogar has a hand in, like I said, in not only bringing back King Sombra, but if later on, getting all these villains to team up, he could have the same kind of control over them, to where, like I said, if Cozy Glow plans to try to, finish where she left off and try to control the School of Friendship, become the Empress of Friendship, Empress of Equestria, Grogar, through this magic that he would have over them, would be able to sense that and put an end to it right off the bat. The same with Crystallis. Let's say Crystallis wants to still get revenge on Twilight and her friends, but mostly Starlight. And instead of focusing at the on the plan that Grogar has at that time for her to finish or follow through on, if he senses that she has other intentions, he could also do the same thing to her. So, and the same could be said, believe it or not, for someone like Turek. Turek might be powerful, but let's say, he tries to, do his own thing. He wants to get the magic back. He wants to be powerful and destroy Equestria. Grogar could say, ain't gonna happen. Use the magic to hold on him and shut him down. And that would be a big indication of how powerful Grogar is. So, when you look at it in the end, when you think about it in the end, if what people are theorizing about Grogar having a role or playing a role in Sombra coming back, I would not put it past the creators to further develop that to where we find out that Grogar not only brought Sombra back, but he also has control on him to the point that he could sense, Sombra's, he can sense Sombra's intentions, and when he does, when he feels like it, he'll be able to pull back on Sombra and weaken him maybe to the point that, like I said, when you look at the trailer, with him going up against the main six, is they're summoning the elements of harmony that I guess reside within them, he gets defeated easier than what I think even the main six would have thought would have, been. So who's to say that won't play a vital role later on if we get, like I said, that ultimate villain, team up. And he does the same thing to villains like Crystallis and Cozy Glow and Turek, and basically says, hey, you go against me and I will know. I will sense it. I will know what you're planning to do, and I'll make you suffer for it. I'll make you pay for it. And I would not be surprised if we get something like that. I would not be. Because if you're setting him up to be this big baddie, just like he was in G1, what better way to do that than to have him have control over these villains? I mean, honestly, let's face facts. Everybody, in a sense, wants to see Chrysalis get reformed. Some don't, some do. This could be the way she gets reformed, by basically realizing that what Grogar's doing to her, if he does the same thing to her in the future, is what she was doing to the changelings. Like I said, Chrysalis, people may or may not want to see her get reformed, but if she does, this could be the way it happens, by Grogar having the kind of control over her that would be similar, that would make her realize that this is the kind of control she had over the changelings, and this is why they're happier as they are now. So that may play a role. We don't know. But whatever the case may be in the future, as far as this season is concerned, I would not put it past Hasbro to make Grogar turn out to be the ultimate puppet master, to where he not only has control over Sombra because he helped revive him or bring him back, but also make him into the ultimate manipulator, where he manipulates the other villains to come together and then uses a similar kind of magic on them to have control over them that he does Sombra. I would not be surprised if we find that out. If we find out that he has that kind of power. So who's to say that won't be shown or that won't be indicated? But we'll have to wait and find out. But that's my thoughts, basically, on how I think Grogar, plays a role in Sombra coming back, and how he can possibly play a role in a theorized ultimate villain team-up that fans are predicting for sometime during season 9. So that's just my take on it, guys. That's just my theory, if you will. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below what your thoughts are. Check out DrWolf's latest video and what he has to say on it. I'm going to get back into work now, guys, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.